Welcome everyone, this is Coaching in Session and my name is Michael Rearden and I'll be your mindset coach today. And today we're going to be talking about the difference between luck and probability. Now, if you know anything about luck and probability, you'll know that it's literally the same because probability is just going to be everything. What is the probability of you winning the lotto? What is the probability of you getting struck by lightning, or you getting in a car accident, or you getting eaten by a shark, right? There is a probability for that. Maybe 1 in 10 people are going to be able to have a successful life. Do you want to be that one person? I don't know. Maybe you just want to be like everyone else. Regardless of what you want, we get to choose what type of probabilities we give ourselves. It's a numbers game. So the probability of if we want to be successful is 50-50. Either you are or you're not. But just because it's 50%, it doesn't mean that we can't do things to skew our probability to be higher. For example, what does success mean to you? Success is going to mean something different for everyone. I can't just say, well, success is going to be money in your bank account, cars in your driveway, home you live in. I can't say that. Success for you might be travel the world, get a dog, love your family. Everyone is different. And as long as everyone has their own definition for success, so will you. So that means your probability for success is dependent on what your definition for success is or of success is. My recommendation is once you know your definition of success, do the things that are going to be helping you. For example, if you want to love your family more, if that's one of the things that's going to make you successful, the probability of you loving your family more and being successful in that realm, calling them more, spending more time with them, appreciate them, letting them know that you appreciate them, acts of kindness, gratitude, all of that is going to constitute for that successful family dynamic. Now, if you don't have that as, I guess, a success factor, maybe money is going to be your success factor. What do you need in order to have the amount of money that you need? A 9-to-5 job might not cut it. What do you need to create? What do you need to start doing? Because there's only so many hours in a day. So if you're charging $20 an hour and you want to work 24 hours a day, can't do that long term, number one. So you're barely making $500 a day. So you need to adjust. Well, if I'm only making $20 an hour, I'm making less than $500 a day. I'm killing myself because I'm not getting any sleep. Maybe we need to figure out a different direction. What do we need to do? What do we need to create? What do we need to cultivate? What do we need to start? Those are the questions that I help people with, because people are coming to me and they're like, I'm unhappy where I am. Well, you put yourself there, but we can also get ourselves out. So how do we get ourselves out of those situations? How do we get ourselves out of that type of living? The answer is very simple. We take more action, or we take the right action. So depending on where you are, probability is going to be dependent. Your success is going to be dependent. But what's happening in the world right now? Everyone is basing it on luck. Everyone wants the prize, but they don't want to run the race. So people want to win the lotto. People want to go out and gamble. People want it easy. Give me, give me, give me. I don't want to do the work. Why do you think we have a workforce shortage right now? It's not that we don't have enough workers. It's just that we live in a generation where people won't work for $30K a year. And I'm not saying that $30K is not a livable wage. What I'm saying is people don't want to live on $30K. So the mindset of them is elevated. The lifestyle that they want to live in is elevated. I want to live a $50K lifestyle where you have to earn $50K. I want to live a $100,000 lifestyle where you have to earn $100K. How do we get to that point? Is it luck or is it probability? And today we're going to be talking about the difference between the two in my most recent blog. So let's get into that blog right now and then start to dissect it just a little bit. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to head over to revenconcepts.com, head over to the resources tab, head down to blog, and you will see the most recent blog on top, luck versus probability. Now, when I was writing this blog, this was at the height, I believe, when people were spending their whole paychecks on Lotto. And I'm just thinking, why in the world would someone spend their whole paycheck that they just worked a whole week or maybe a whole 2 weeks to get a chance at winning some money that's not even guaranteed? The probability is so low. I mean, you're better off going out with an umbrella in a thunderstorm and trying to get struck by lightning than the probability of winning the lotto. But there's other things we can do with our money. For example, instead of investing that money into lotto tickets, we can invest that money into a Roth IRA, into a 401k, or we can put it into mutual funds or to stocks or to bonds. Our money is going to grow guaranteed. Not to say that if you put it into stocks, you put it into the wrong stock, you lose all your money. So the stock market is essentially gambling, but there's going to be certain methods that you can do that is going to be the safe route. Mutual funds are extremely safe. However, you're not going to get rich off mutual funds. You are going to create the habit of investing, growing your money, having your money work for you, and grow at least at a 4% rate per year. Now, inflation is higher than that. So we need to figure out, well, do we just grow at 4% and our money depreciates? Or do we figure out, let's be a little bit more risky and try to get an 8% type of interest back? Now, 4% I say is like the lowest, kind of like the standard. But you're going to get anywhere from, again, 4 to 8 is common. And then 8 to around 13 is going to be a good year, right? 8 to 11 is still even a good year. Our money is growing. And then if we're adding money on a consistent, regular basis, compound interest kicks in. Now our money is really working for us. But our money is not working for us when we just base it on luck. All right, daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Let me go roll this dice. So you go to the casino and you roll the dice and you get snake eyes. So now that you just lost all your money, you just lost the opportunity to get rich, what do? I'm going to try again next week. I'm going to go buy a lotto ticket. This is the winner right here. My whole life is going to change. Let me figure out who I'm going to have in my life. All right. I'm going to write out a list of all the people I'm going to give some money, or I'm going to buy houses, or I'm going to buy cars for. I'm going to go change my whole wardrobe. We have all these lofty ideals for when we're going to make it, but we're not doing the things that make us. How can we start to do the things that make us? There's a difference between luck and probability. Which one should we focus on? So we do have to break down the difference between luck and probability, and luck means something different than probability. So going into the definition of luck, luck is going to be defined as the chance for success through good fortune or an unknown force. An unknown force is almost like a religion, right? We don't know that there is a God or a deity. We just know that there is a spiritual connection with us and the universe. So we don't know if we're going to be successful, right? We do know that there's a chance for success. Is that luck or is that probability? Well, the thing about probability is that probability is going to be talking about the probability of two events occurring. So for example, if you're going to play a game, and you can either win or you can lose. Some games you can win, lose, or tie. So when you start to add things in, the probability shifts, right? Is it a 33% chance that we're going to win? Is it a 33% chance that we're going to tie? Is it a 33% chance that we're going to lose? We do have to look at that aspect, but the probability of a game being tied is lower than the probability of someone winning or losing. So we have to factor that in, and the way we do that is with data. So we use the data that we have and we say, well, this is the data. These are the statistics. And we say that most games, for example, football or soccer, that if there was a tie and there was no clear winner, what happens? So they might say, well, out of all the games every single season, maybe 2 end in a tie. You just take that number divided by the amount of games, get your percent, and then that percent is going to be the number of ties. And then you divide what's left in half, and then you get the probability of whether you will win or lose a game. Now, the probability might be even greater as if you have a winning streak, you have a very strong team, and you're going against a team that might not have a strong winning streak, or it might not be complete. Meaning they don't have a good quarterback, they don't have good defense, they don't have good offense, whatever it be, right? Our probability might go up a little bit, but the probability that we can lose is still there. It doesn't change the fact that we can't lose. We can lose at life. We cannot be successful. We can hit rock bottom and not get back up. Most people hit rock bottom and they don't know what to do. And I have helped so many people get from their darkest places to their brightest futures, places that they couldn't imagine by themselves. And it's not because of luck. It's because we use the numbers in our favor. What do we need to do? It's a numbers game. If you're looking for a relationship and people come to me for relationship coaching, I say, well, we're going to talk to 100 people. That's the first thing I typically say. I say, well, you want a relationship? Are you serious about this? Because if you just want to go out and have relations, you don't need me, number one. And number two, that could be done in a week. If you want a long-term relationship where you're going to find happiness and joy and start a family, you're going to need to go through all the numbers. You're going to need to see your selection and pick the best candidate. Think of it as the bachelor, right? You have a bachelor and he has 25 different ladies he can choose from. So essentially every lady is going to be 4%. So that 4% is going to be each lady's percent at being his ideal candidate. So he might have 4 values that he's looking for, like his top 4 values that he's looking for in a woman. And out of those 25 women, he might say, well, 3 of them have all the values that I'm looking for. Everyone else has maybe 1, 2, or 3. Now, what's essentially happened to each of those individual people, they're no longer worth 4%, even though the probability is still 4 because of the whole math thing. But the probability that he's going to choose them is even less because they are missing qualities. They're missing something that he's looking for, his 4 core values that he's looking for, beliefs that he's looking for in a relationship. So everyone else is going to be 3%, 2%, or 1%. Those are going to be the first people that he's going to let go. The object of the show is to help that man find a suitable partner. Now, of course, the show is drama and is everything like, oh, I want to leave and blah, blah, blah. That is just the hype of it. We love drama, right? That's why people love watching that show. That's why it's been on for I don't even know how many seasons, 20 years or something like that. It's going to keep on occurring too. There's always going to be a new bachelor. There's always going to be a new playmate. There's always going to be a new person looking for a relationship. They can't find one. And the probability that they're going to find someone long term is dependent on, again, what you're looking for and then mindset. Because you might be looking for something that is a very low percent. For example, women love, especially modern women love to get the 666, 6 figures, 6 packs, abs, and 6 feet tall. Not saying that every woman wants that. No, that's not true. Not everyone was going to want that 666. Some are going to say, well, I'm okay with a guy who's just taller than me. I'm okay with a guy who just makes as much as me. I'm okay with a guy who might have a bare belly but treats me right. But that is not the majority of women. The majority of women would rather have a man who's equal or more, who's taller, and who's in good physical fitness. And if we look at the pool of men today, most men are making no more than $50K a year. Most men are not 6 feet tall, and most men are out of shape. So what is the percentage of males that are going to be that 666 that women are looking for? What, 10% or something like that? So we have 80% of women looking for 10% of the men. What's the probability there that they're going to get their exact candidate? Probability. It's not probable that all of them will get it. 70% of those women won't get it. 70% of those women are going to have to settle. They're going to have to settle for something. Settle for being alone, getting a dog and dying alone, or they're going to have to settle for an average guy. Depends on the person. Sometimes they get to that age and they say, I'm just going to be a sugar mama. Doesn't matter what you decide, but understand the probability that we have, that we give things is everywhere for our success, for our relationships, everywhere. But we base it on luck. I'm going to go to the bar tonight and I'm going to look for a guy. Well, there is a probability that there's going to be a guy at that bar. There's a probability that that guy is looking for relations too. But are you going to get lucky and by chance find that right fit that you're looking for? Find that Mr. Right. That's luck. That's why you can go out every single weekend looking for a guy or looking for a girl and you come home alone. Now for women, they don't have to go home alone. They can go to the bar and raise their hand and say, hey, if anyone wants to go home with me tonight, let me know. I'm taking applications. She's going to have a list of men that she just spoke with that evening who would like to go home with her. There's a difference between men and women, right? Men have to create their value while women have their value, and men understand that too. So they see this woman as valuable, regardless of her job, maybe even looks, and they're just going out to have relations. right? That sexual release, probability. But to find and to get lucky is something different. But we live in a world where we say, I'm going to get lucky. I'm going to get this. It's just going to happen, right? You're going to manifest it into your life. Not saying that the power of affirmation and manifestation doesn't help, but there's a difference between just saying you're lucky and leaving things up to chance and then taking the right actions. For most people, they're just not taking the right actions. Again, it's a number game. So if you want to be successful, you might have to fail a lot. You might have to go knock on some doors, and you might have to tell people, hey, I'm trying to sell this product. Can you support me? You might even get the cops called on you. Regardless of that, you are going to go through that process. Some people don't even make it through that process because, again, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure is forever prominent. So the more we do, the higher our probability is at being successful and the right step we're looking for. Now, if you're looking for a job, how many applications do we have to put out? You might get lucky. Put out one application, you find that perfect job. You got lucky, right? It's a chance, right? You got the dream job the first time. Look, it's not a probability that you're going to find your perfect job the right time. Can we equate that to a number? Yes, we can see the amount of people who have that number, but the number is low. It's a low number where it's like the chance for probability is so low, it has to be luck. Similar to how like winning the lotto is like 1 in 135 million or something like that, I think it is. And I think getting struck by lightning is like 1 in 550 or something like that. I mean, go get struck by lightning if you think you're going to win the lotto. Yes, it's nice to dream. It's nice to think that you can do this, but the money that you're investing into those lotto tickets, like, why not invest that into yourself, into your family, into things that are going to be beneficial for your future? Roth IRA, 401k. Not that I like 401ks as much, but I do like Roth IRAs. If you can, if not, your traditional IRA will be fine. But the Roth IRA is going to be good for most people around this conversation because you can only contribute to a Roth IRA if you make a certain amount of money. So I think if you are single, you can make 112 or something like that, maybe a little bit less. And if you are married, I think it's 198 or maybe 208 or something like that thousand. Again, look up the numbers on Google. The point is, most people don't even make 50K a year, and they're over here, and I'm over here worried about if you're going to be at the cap for a Roth IRA. Well, that just shows me how much hope I have for you, that you could be making six figures, that you could be making big bucks. The problem is mindset. The problem is people don't think they can have it. People just have low self-esteem. They have a scarcity type of mindset. And that is where they base luck as the main factor, not probability. If you're a guy and you're out of shape, you are going to want to start hitting up the gym, number one. And if you go to the gym every single day for a year, the probability that you're going to be in shape by the end of that year is very likely. That's just the way it is. But if you don't go to the gym every single day for the year and you decide to eat out every single day of the year, the probability that you're going to be out of shape is very likely. So we know probability for relationships. If you want a good, healthy relationship, you have to find what is going to help you leverage what you're trying to get. If we know that women want a certain amount of guy in that 10% bracket, and maybe you're not over 6 feet, so there's nothing we can really do there. But guess what we can do? We can make sure we're in shape, and we can make sure our bank account's in shape. That's easy. So we already have 2 out of the 3 things. We're already 66% what she's looking for. And the only thing you have to do is show up. You have 70% of women now looking for you. That's a lot of women. And you can have them all. You don't have to just have one. You don't have to settle for one. But we do. Depending on what type of relationship do you want. You want a modern? Do you want to have a polyamorous type of relationship? Cool, right? That's up to you. That is up for discussion with the person you're with. You get to decide. But the probability that you can go out and get stuff is always there. But leaving it up to luck or not taking action and then trying to base things on luck, like I want a girlfriend or I hope I'll get a girlfriend or hope I'm in the right place at the right time to find someone who's looking for a person like me. It's going to be dependent on luck. We need to shift our mindset away from luck because luck is only going to lead us so far. And I want you to go far in your life. I want you to go to places that you might dream of, maybe places that you might have thought you would never reach before. And it's because you leveraged probability and not just luck. If we show up in our day, we are raising our chances. If we raise our chances, then our probability goes up. If our probability goes up, then we get what we want. If we get what we want, will we be happy? I don't know. Do you even know what you want? Do you even know where you are? And for a good majority of people, they don't know what they want and they don't know where they are. They think they want something easy. They think they don't want to do the work. They think things are going to fall into their lap. And maybe they might, but that's by chance. How can we start to be on purpose? My recommendation for anyone who is not basing their life on probability and more on luck, head over to revenconcepts.com, get yourself some mindset coaching and into a higher percent where you can elevate your chances to succeed, to be successful in what you're looking for, rather than just waiting by the waysides, hoping, wishing, and waiting. We can take action today to get the things we want. We just have to know how to do it, and luck is not the answer. My name is Michael Rearden. I'm a mindset coach. If you have any questions, you can email me coachinginsession@gmail.com, and I will see everyone on the next episode of Coaching in Session. Until then, everyone, take care.